Hey guys, welcome to this channel. My name is Draco Ultima and I'm one of the Shadowporos. First of all, let me welcome you to the first episode of this series. We're going to play a little bit of Life is Feudal Forest Village, which is a typical village simulator game. For those of you that have never played Forest Village or any similar game, the game is about growing as a village, gather resources, and most of all, don't die the first winter. It can be pretty rough from time to time, but I hope that we will prolong and survive for a while at least. So, in this playthrough, I will use only one modification, and that's the Adam and Eve mod, which makes it so that I start with just a man and a woman, and a shack or house, a well, a warehouse, and a barn with some resources. If I were not to use this mod, I would start with some more people and some more houses and such. So to make it a little bit harder for myself, I will use the Adam and Eve mod. So let's just jump right into it. New game. Okay, I think I will call my village for Draconis. Draconis. Okay. I will use a random seed. I think this seed looks pretty good. Okay, great. Let's just randomize until we find a map that we like. I would like an area, a map with quite a big white area. Okay, this looks good. I have a lot of space to build, I have forests right behind me, and access to the ocean. I will use the plains biome and set the climate to mild. This way it will be fun to play, not too hard. And I can allow disasters just to make it a little bit harder. Okay, let's start. Map is loading. This might just take a few seconds. So, here is the starting area place. As you can see, we have the ocean here and the forest right behind us. Such a lovely place to start out. So, we start with these two people, a man and a woman, Mary and Maurice. They live in this house. I believe this improved shack can hold up to 4 people, yeah, okay. Here is the warehouse with some essential resources, wood, stone, is that ore? Metal, I guess, clay and hay. And here is the barn with some firewood, fish, fruit, meat, bread, some tools and some clothing and hide. Okay. And there is also the well. I think I should start out with explaining just a few things. Okay, so in this game we can gather resources such as wood from the trees, stone from the stones, and ore from the metal rocks and such. We can also gather berries from the wild bushes, and we can gather meat and hide from the wild animals. There are also other things that we can get, but we need to progress a bit before we can do that. For instance, we can use a fisher hut, or let me see what it's called. Fisherman's lodge can be built to gather fish, and yeah, a lot of other things. So things we need to watch out for. We need to make sure that we always have food. One of the main issues, main problems in this game is if you run out of food, then you will die. Then you will starve and lose all of the inhabitants. Okay, so first of all, I will try to gather some food. One thing that is cool in this game, opposing to other games, other village games, is that you can go into first person and actually control the person. You can, for instance, do work, mine, chop down trees. You can plant trees, and you can go hunting manually. So let me just show you how this works. So if I shoot this wolf, I can then gather his hide and meat. Let me just shoot some of the nearby animals to make sure we have some meat. The reload is pretty fast. If I were to use any of these other actions on the hotbar, such as 1, yeah, he does a little music thing and dances around. This makes it so that I can run fast for a short amount of time. But yeah, as you can see on the hotbar, there are no reloading cooldown time thing. So I just have to wait before I can use my bow and arrow. Okay, let me just shoot him. If I now go into free person mode, third person, free camera view, then my people will gather up the resources from the animals I just slaughtered. Carrying to storage, to hide. Okay, so down here on the menu bar we have some options. For instance, we can speed up the game or slow it down. I can speed it up by 2, 5 or 10. I can also pause the game and start it back again. In this section we get some village info. That is the window you see up here. I can open and close it. And as you can see, we have all the resources in the village. We have the temperature and weather. We have how many adults, teenagers and babies or children are in the village. The number of residential places, number of workplaces, and number of idle villagers, which means that they are assigned for a job, but the job is finished or they don't have anything to do, really. So we need to watch that. Additionally, we have number of hungry villagers. So, as I said, food is one thing that we have to watch over. Okay. Then we have the profession menu. Here we can easily assign the villagers for their appropriate jobs. Right now, they are just laborers, which means that they will collect resources from land, such as the meat that I just put down, the animals that I killed, and also if I control them to, I want them to chop down some wood or something, they will automatically do that. And yeah. For instance, this one is building, so if I have a building project ongoing, I can assign them here. And we have some farming and wood chopping and such. Oh, that reminds me. The first thing we should do probably are making a little farm just before I continue explaining. Okay, so let's make a field. Here in the food production menu, I can select field, and I will make a field right here, I guess. Wait, before I do that, I will just check one thing, which I will explain later on. Okay, and okay. So I'm safe to put down a field right here. I can now just click the mouse click and drag it along. And as you can see, right beside my mouse, there is a person and a number. That means how many person will be able to work in this field at one time. So now it will be one person, and if I make it bigger, I can have 2 persons, 3 persons, 4 persons. But as of now, I just have those 2, Mary and Maurice, or something. So I think I will make a field 15 by 11. Okay. As you can see here now, I got 1 available job for constructions. So I can assign 1 person to do that. If I now click on the field, I can see here how many persons I want to set to work in this area, and how many persons I may set to work here, if that makes sense. So as of now, I can only assign 1 person to work at this place. Okay, as we can see, he just chopped down the tree that were standing here, and we got some wood. Now they will start to carry over some resources. As we see, we need 26 wood and 6 works. So that will say that they have to work 6 times, and you will see how it works. So Morris is starting to build, and we can actually speed up the process a little bit. I will try not to use the speed up by 10 too much. Okay, so as we see, he just built one out of 6. So there's progress at least. Just not make it too boring, I will speed up to 5. Actually, I can go into first person and try to help building. Okay, I could not exit. I believe she is helping. Okay, let me just exit and check. Okay, 4. I'm not sure if she's helping or not. Maybe we should assign her to do something else. Okay, so since I'm building this, I'm losing some wood. So maybe I will try to chop down some wood manually. Or not manually, but manually select where they should chop. So I can use this to collect all resources in the area, or I can use this to collect only wood. So I will collect only wood. If I mark this area, I will mark this tree for chopping. So as you can see right above my mouse, I will get 13 wood from this tree. Okay, so now he will he will start chopping down the tree. Okay, so my field is finished, and you can see a question sign right above the field. That means that no one is working at this place, and I have 1 open space in this working place. So if I assign 1 person to this field, as you can see here, I can both do it here, or I can do it here. So if I just do it here, you see that 1 out of 1 can work at this place, are working at this place, and 1 are working at this place. I will now grow some potatoes, click OK, and she or he should automatically start. Yeah, Mary. She will automatically start producing some potatoes. I could also produce flax, grass, oats, or wheat, but all of these these are not edible. The flax I think is used for clothing, and the grass is used for hay, which is used in building, or it's used to feed animals. The oats and wheat, I believe, must be processed in a windmill and a bakery to make bread. So we're not there yet. I will just let her make some potatoes. Okay, what I like to do with this window. I like to move it up here so I have a little bit of control. There are some additional info here. Potatoes will grow in between the temperature of 0 and 27 degrees Celsius. And as I said earlier, here we can see the current temperature. The potatoes also grow the best in humidity between 20 and 50%. I believe when it's in this humidity range, I will not have to use additional water. But as of now, with no humidity, she will have to go over to this well to gather water, so she can use to hydrate the crops. Okay, I do not need this builder anymore, as this field is finished, and I can probably assign Maurice to gather some extra resources. Now in this stage, when I'm explaining a lot what I do, I probably do not play as effective as I should be doing, but I believe you are starting to get a hang of how this game works, so maybe I can start to speed up the progress. Okay, so I have to harvest all the potatoes before winter. Now it's late spring, year 1, and I have until, well, I will say I will start to harvest late summer, early autumn, maybe. I will also be trying to go into first person and kill a lot of these animals when there are animals nearby the camp, just to have a steady supply of meat. And as I said earlier, they will be running around gathering it automatically if it's just laying around. The meat won't spoil or anything, so I'm good to just shoot down all the animals. I do not think any of the animals are hostile. Like, I mean, a bear won't just go over and attack you. But I believe that if you have animals later on, the bears and the wolves and maybe the foxes will kill some of your animals in the animal pens. But I'm not 100% sure of that. Okay. Maybe I should expand the area where I gather stuff. Okay, so I gather in this area, and I can probably gather some in this area. If I were to be very efficient, I would only harvest the bigger trees, because the smaller trees doesn't give as much wood as the bigger. So in many ways, this game is pretty realistic. Just look at the graphics. It's just beautiful. If I can zoom really far in and maybe go on an adventure. Look at this pig, for instance. Just walking around comfortably in the woods. This bear, beautiful. Okay, let me just find a village again. Okay, there we are. I think I will speed up the progress to 5, just to make it go a little bit faster. One of my priorities early on is to build a better house for the starter people, because a better house would mean that they do not have to eat as much, use as much firewood, and they become more fertile, which means that they produce more children. And more people is important, because they can die, like They can die in childbirth, they can die of starvation or by freezing, by accidents and such. So I would really like to get some people up and going in this village, and also get some good houses. Yeah. Another important thing I have to get up before winter is the firewood chopper. I'm not sure what it's called. Let me see. Auto-saving. Okay. I believe it is this one. Lumberjack's Lodge. Let me see. Yeah, it's this one. So I have to get this up and going. Probably a central area, like right here, maybe? Or here. I like to have some space between the buildings so I can build some roads. I believe the roads make the people go faster. Okay, I need to assign a worker. We have a lot of resources, so 50 wood, 20 stone and 10 hay won't be any problem. Okay. He's starting to build this, yeah. Are there any animals nearby that I want to horrifically murder? No? Okay. I feel that the camera movement in this game is really smooth. Maybe a bit hard on the FPS, but I think it's really good. At least when you're playing. Okay, as you can see in the potato field crop area place, we have 117 of 819 possible potatoes. So she's doing a good job. That's awesome. The firewood place is almost finished, just need 8 work and then it's done. Okay, just a moment. BRBs. Okay, I'm back. So I was just looking over at the timer and I've been recording for 20 something minutes now, and I think that after this fireplace thing is finished I will end the episode. So let me just see if you can finish it up. 6 out of 8. Let me just speed it up to 10. 7 out of 8. And finally 10. No, not 10 out of 8. 8 out of 8. So here is the Lumberjack's Lodge, where I can chop some wood and make firewood for the winter and for making food and such, keeping the people warm. Okay, I will assign the jobs when the winter comes. There's no need to do that now because I already have 400 firewood. Yes, I think I will end the episode here. Just pause it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for staying until the end. I will shortly continue to make part 2 of this series. And I will see you then.